Hi, guys. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, Kelly.
We both got the red on.
We got the memo.
Look at that.
Let's see. I'm just kind of moving a little bit here to get my stuff together. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Deborah.
Sorry, I was stretching my back. Just went down when you were watching the video. I had to
Oh,
just try to get a last couple stretches in. My back has been bothering me. Like, yeah.
well, sorry to hear that. I
It's
I
okay.
I roll on the floor every morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I do yoga as well. So, but I've haven't been able to be as consistent lately, so I think that's affected my back in a way that I didn't realize how important it was.
Yeah, the back is, right? The back. A lot of people have everything, have it bad for everything. I got into this new healing modality called Jinshin Jutsu. And it's really an interesting thing, and it addresses everywhere in the body and all kinds of problems. It's very easy. You can either have a practitioner or you can do it on yourself as well.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, it's really easy. It's a little bit like acupressure points, but you don't push or it's like a gentle, you know,
Oh, I would
very
love to read more
gentle.
about that. Can you send
Yeah,
me
I'll
some
send you
information?
something. I'm going to make a note of that. Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is great. The blurry background thing is so weird. I just took it off. I
Oh,
think
yeah, I
like
like my crap anyway. You know?
yeah, I'm right next to the bookshelf, so. Well, anyway, as I said, I have to head to teach my class in like an hour, about an hour. So yeah, let me know what you want to talk about, and I'm here for it. I popped in that last time we accidentally double booked, and it's really cool what you're doing.
Thanks. Yeah, it's fun. A lot of goodness comes from it, It's I mean, especially I started during the pandemic, so that was, a lot of people watched and it was good, especially at first, because people were so like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I still like it, and I just like to find out. I like to find out people's perspectives in life, and especially artists, of course. Um, oh, Joyce Glasgow said she sang in a master class you did on the during the pandemic on jazz voice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Joyce.
So, yeah, I actually forget how I found you.
Scott Robinson.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Scott.
The wonderful Scott
Love you.
Robinson.
He's the
He's
best.
he's
He's
really cool.
so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Me and Luca, my husband, we're big fans of Scott.
I have to revisit my interview with him.
Me too.
Um, yeah, and I joined his institution,
Giant Sonic
right after that.
Laboratories.
Yeah, yeah. And then, life goes on and, things kind of shift. So
Yeah.
I forgot, but I think I still have his card, and, I have a bunch of cards on my desk, that I go through every now and then, and I think his card is still in there. So, you live in New York?
Queens.
Okay. And I like how you said that, like it was different than New York.
Well, I lived in Manhattan.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, so Queens is definitely different than Manhattan, but it is New York City,
yeah,
but it's just Queens,
yeah, yeah.
which I very much love, and I would have never, thought that I would live here other than that my husband is from here. So,
Yeah. It's city though, right? It's a small city.
well, that's Long Island City is more like city-ish. Our area is more suburban a little bit.
Oh,
Like it's Forest Hills, so we're right near the train. Um, But the houses are like shorter. The apartment buildings even are shorter. They're not all really tall. Although there's of course building a couple near us, but that are taller. But
Yeah, it's kind of like Newton in
I grew up,
Boston.
I grew up in Central Florida, so like everything is city for me here.
Right. Yeah. Do you like city?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I came here to learn and play, you know,
Yeah.
jazz. So this is where I would say like the highest concentration of like really high level of the highest concentration of the highest level of jazz musician, in my opinion, most likely lives here. So, you know, to my
Yeah.
understanding,
Yeah.
so I had to come here to learn from the greatest and have a chance at the big city. So,
Yeah. When did you move there?
uh, well, I went to school at William Patterson, so I moved to like that
Hmm.
general area, um,
Yeah.
and then I moved to the city. So it's been about like 10 years. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you obviously you grew up playing piano and singing, or
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
was your interest jazz or
Yeah.
something else?
No, I just loved all music. Um, growing up, like my mom and I would watch these little videotapes of this program called We Sing. And it was, like little kids and like everybody was dressed up and, like animals and they had different episodes and, the clock would sing and stuff like that. So I would just sing along with those when I was really little. My mom and I would sing along with those, and my dad played guitar and bass. My dad's still a professional
Hmm.
bassist and engineer. We had like a studio in our house, and he was a home builder. So every time we would move, he'd build a new home, and it would have uh, a studio.
Oh
So I
wow.
was very lucky to grow up with my dad and have like his musician community around as well. And then
Yeah.
when I got into jazz at like 11, we started going to jazz camp together, and like
Oh,
we would have like little like jams with his friends. I mean, I didn't have people my age and certainly no other women around, like unfortunately, playing the music um that I knew that I got to play with, but I did get to play with my dad and his friends who are all really, really great musicians.
cool.
So, yeah.
Very, very cool. I had a little bit similar. My dad was a sax player, and
Oh, sweet.
yeah, and a band leader. And so
Yeah.
when I was about 12, I started. Well, I had twin sisters who were 4 years older than me. They had really beautiful voices, and one played piano. So, you know, from the beginning, we were doing that. But yeah, but going out and playing with his band, singing with his bands, and yeah, and I think also for me, and it sounds like for you too, it was like getting into the head trip of those
Mhm.
guys, the perspective, and that attracted me a lot. Just like the real easygoing, improvisational jazz perspective, I liked that a lot.
Yeah, it's like a lifestyle. It's like a vibe. It's not
Yeah.
only yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I mean, I just thought like, my dad would go to take me to Jamie Aebersold workshop. And so he was like in the top band and I was in like the little kid, like not even little kids any age, but people who were just like new and
Yeah.
don't know even about a 12 bar blues.
Yeah.
You know, and I was 11, you know, and it's pretty amazing. I was like very, very fortunate, to
Yeah.
be around that. And
Yeah.
I just thought it was so cool. Everybody loves Charlie Parker and, like, oh, you
So were you,
know,
were you playing piano mostly at that moment, or were you singing at the camp?
oh wow, that's actually an amazing question. I don't really remember. I think I would play. I mean, I was always playing,
Yeah.
but I just don't remember if I was singing or not. I might have like sang one or two throughout the week,
Yeah.
or maybe
Yeah.
I don't remember like performing at the end. such a blur right now. That's actually an insane question. I haven't thought about that. But yeah, no, I mean, I was always playing. I got both degrees in piano performance.
Yeah.
But technically, from undergrad at University of North Florida in Jacksonville, it was technically a double major because I also did voice lessons the entire time with Michelle Amato. I don't know if you know her.
I know her
Um,
name.
oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
so cool. She's awesome. I studied with her and Lynn Ariel at UNF, who is an amazing piano player. So I got really lucky and I was only 2 hours away from my family. So
Oh, cool.
yeah. So I was lucky to have two really strong like female mentors at
Yeah.
that time, which was
So
really important.
when did you kind of branch out into playing with your choice of musicians?
Oh, it just happened organic,
Yeah. Yeah. Was it in
because
New
most
York or?
yes, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't have that opportunity to have like a clique in school really. Like I had friends, but I didn't like form bonds with people who like musically until after school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I got to the city and I was like, okay. And I would just hang out and just see what people were playing. And I would write all the songs down that I didn't know. I'd be on a gig and they'd be like, oh, do you know this song is you? And I'd be like, no. And then I'd go home and be like, okay, this song is you. Boop, boop, boop. Find all the versions. Like, go on. And that's because I finally had time to learn things in my own way and in my own
Yeah.
time. Because in school, it's like, okay, you're in this ensemble and, you know, I, I have my own philosophy on teaching at this point. So I know how I would teach, certain things. Um, but yeah, so it was a lot. But I feel like once I got out of school, I was able to say, okay, I have this song, and now I can learn it in all these keys. I can write out the lyrics, take my time, sit with it for as long as I need to, and then learn another song. And, just like being around, I would be like 4 or 5 places every night at least. Like going to hear somebody's band at this place and then going seeing somebody else there and then going having a friend sitting in there and then running a jam or something, if I was lucky
Right.
that night to have that. But,
Yeah.
it's really slow. And then like finally people would come to the jam or I'd meet somebody through uh I was playing a lot with this bassist Alex Tremblay, but actually even before that I was playing a lot with Dean Torrey who went to SUNY Purchase and Aaron Sieber on drum who so those were kind of like the first guys I was playing with and I don't know I just heard them on the scene and I guess we all just knew each other and I was like, "Oh, cool. Like you guys sound amazing. Let's just swing some tunes." And then the person ended up like switching a little bit because Dean couldn't make it as much and he recommended Alex Tremblay. And also my other friend Matt DeWanzik, who the two of them went to Hartford School of Music. So people actually thought for a while that I was from Connecticut
Oh.
because I was friends with the Connecticut guys, but I'm not. I just somehow like I love them and Jonathan Barber and Matt DeWanzik. They were in my first sextet actually back when I was like first playing with people. But it became kind of like tough to maintain a six-piece band and keep that booked and like keep enough work for everybody. And it's like, Jonathan Barber and like Josh Evans and these people are busy. And um the whole group, everybody is busy doing their thing. So uh then Evan came to a jam because I was playing with Alex Tremblay and they had gone to the Betty Carter thing together, the Jazz Ahead program. And so Evan knew Alex, and Alex was playing with me. And then he came to town, and then we've been playing ever since. That was about 10 years. Yeah. So I guess I've been here a little over 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, it's great how it all
Yeah.
happens.
And then I met Luca on a gig, and then we got married like 2.5 years later, 3.5 years later. So
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, whenever people would ask me, they'd come to LA and then they'd ask me, how do you make it here? Or, is it gonna, how fast can can something happen? And I would always say, it's gonna take about a year of hanging out and
Yeah.
making friends and sitting in, and it's not gonna happen
Yeah.
overnight. It's a community that you have to enter, yeah, and not exactly
100%.
prove yourself, but you have to create together to make those bonds, right?
Yeah, and like find your people, like you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Did
I've
you,
been in
how long did it take you to find your people, or what,
I don't,
how did you?
I don't know. I came here when I was 21. And so I came here with a guitar player. So he and I had duo gigs. But then I got a job at Dante's, which was the premier jazz club at the time in LA, and I was a waitress. So I was there about a year and a half. So I met everybody, right? And especially when you're a waitress, it's like you're
Yeah,
behind the scenes, right? And I
yeah, but you
sat
can like see
in
what
and
tunes everybody's playing, and yeah,
exactly,
totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. And so and at that time, LA was so different. It was a lot smaller. The community was a lot smaller, and the jam sessions were a lot fewer, and there were all night jam sessions, but you had to be kind of a little bit brazen to go out into the neighborhoods where they were, and I mean, I was young, but I was also, I guess, probably, because of what we were talking about, coming from this point of view, a musician, an older musician point of view. It's like, yeah, you're just kind of cool, right? So I think that all helped. And then, yeah, I had this one gig a few years later that it was a funny gig. So, what did they? Yeah, they paid the band $5 to each player, $5 and a meal. So
Whoa.
some players didn't want to do that, right? They would turn up their nose and whatever for what that's good or bad, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I found a lot of people who did, and then but I would have these weird combinations. Like one time I had trumpet and drums and me, stuff like that. And I just got good at improvising and with the whole
That's fun.
thing. Yeah. So and I just had these concepts early on that I wasn't going to let anything or anyone stop me from singing. Like at that time, there were a lot of idiot club owners, right? Who, whatever. I mean, there always are, but and some of my friends stopped singing because of that, and I was like, "There's no way I'm going to stop singing because of some stupid club owner. No, I'll just do it." So that's been my attitude throughout the years. If I get an idea and I like it, I'm going to do it. And
You know
I,
what? You know what? Actually, that's funny because that's something Scott Robinson said.
oh, really?
Yeah, I said like, what advice might you have for younger musicians or whatever? And he was like, do everything. It's like whatever you want to do, like if you think about it, just do it.
It's good.
So it's like you just said, that's amazing.
You know who else is really good to talk to about that kind of stuff is David Amram. Do you know him?
I don't think we've met personally. I don't think.
But you know his name?
Yeah, yeah,
He's so cool. He's like 92 or 3, but he's incredibly cool. You know,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
interviewed him again, a few weeks ago because he's just great to talk to. Really great to talk to. And yeah, I mean, one time, so when he was playing French horn, he was young. He went to see Charlie Parker in one of the New York clubs. And while he was sitting with Charlie Parker on a break, Charlie Mingus came by, and Charlie Parker said to Mingus, "You should take this kid on the road with you to Europe because he's a really good French horn player." And Mingus said, "Okay, you want to go to Europe next week?" So it was those kind of things that he got into. And he was really varied. He was the resident composer for the New York Phil for a while. And then he also got into kind of the beat crowd, Allen Ginsberg and people like that. He got into people like Dylan. He was friends and played together. Really, he's a really interesting man.
Yeah. Wow, he lived in a really interesting time.
Yeah, just so many. And because he kept moving and doing, he has a huge uh, bag of, wonderful things that he's done. I mean, it's really an amazing career in life, period. Do you find that your life perspectives are the same, or feed your music perspectives, or the other way around?
Oh wow, that's a good question. Um, I I think it's both and they reinforce each other,
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah. Is there like an idea or two that you give to students out of those perspectives?
Oh yeah, I mean, I try to always think about and like tell people, to be self-motivated and like don't, it's almost like the just do it thing in a certain way, like make sure that you're like if you want to work on your ears, like do ear training, here's some exercises. Like what, I make sure that everybody always understands like what a half step and whole step are and like chromatic and whole tone scales and how those like, together make the different scales that we use, just like fundamentals, just like being and getting into like the fundamentals of like being a person as well, um, I joined the self-realization fellowship in 2020 after I discovered it from an interview of Mulgrew Miller.
Oh,
And yeah, yeah, he was talking about Walter Bishop Jr. and that they would hang out, and because they were both into the teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda, but at that moment I had never heard of Yogananda. So I was like, what's that? Go back. And then we found out, and then that was 2020. So we read the whole book aloud to each other outside, and we were like, oh wow, okay. So yeah, I think just having like rituals and ways that you choose to like focus your energy and remaining positive and staying like active and like being creative, don't just play the scale up and down, but around, and you know what I mean? It's like it's all connected, like realizing the unity, the oneness of everything in music and life.
yeah, yeah. I read a quote that I love. Curiosity is creativity.
Yeah.
Curious, right? It's just
Yeah.
great. Wow, I'm curious about that. Boom, here it is, creativity right there. You know.
Yeah.
I've been watching Kenny Werner's last uh, webinar, and it's on practice, and it's really great. I love him. I love his point of view. His playing, of course, is
Right.
gorgeous, and but he is talking now. I'm going slowly through it. He's talking about don't you have a piece? Don't take the whole piece and practice it. Take little pieces, like 8 bars, and work on that, and work on that, and find it and absorb it. And I just love that idea, because it's easy to go the other way, and then I practice technique a lot, but these days I don't really practice my songs as much as the technique. I practice technique every day, but yeah, but yeah. So I love hearing him speak about it. It's really great.
I studied voice in the city with Shelton Beckton, who's like a performance, I mean, like more, he works more with theater,
Ah,
um, and people who do something while they're playing, like I'm playing while I'm singing, or while they're singing. So
yeah,
dancers and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, he's just wonderful. And he said something you said reminded me of what he says, which is singing is pitched, elongated speech. And I thought that was brilliant, especially when you're talking about jazz or Broadway, like theater, things that where like storytelling, not necessarily classical music. Um, but yeah, I thought that was really, really cool way of defining like vocalizing. And in our lessons, we would only do like 7 to 8 minutes of warm-ups once I knew what they were,
Oh,
you know? and then the rest of the time was spent on repertoire.
Oh,
So it's
interesting.
kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, oh wow. And actually then I did a few remote lessons with Danny Grissett on piano, who's like an incredible pianist. I don't know if you know him out in
I know his name. Yeah.
oh, unbelievable. He's like, sort of like Mulgrew
Yeah.
in line with that school.
Yeah.
Um, Unbelievable. And yeah, that was another thing that like we talked a little bit about was like how much you practice certain things. And for him it was also similar. He's like, I just do these like few scales and technique stuff and then the rest of the time I'm working on music. So I've tried to sort of adopt that when I can, but I also do see your perspective, Kathy, of like just wanting to be like, you know, I want to feel good. And sometimes you need to just like do whatever that repetitive thing is to just
Yeah.
warm up your chords and warm up your ear. Like even sometimes just singing a major scale really slow or whatever it is that you're doing. It like and that's something I learned from Brandon McCune actually, who's another really amazing piano player who lives in Newark, like right um in Jersey. And but he plays a lot in the city. He's like one of the most active pianists as he should be. He's the best, one of the best. But anyway, he said something similar, which is like just play. And actually Kenny Barron said the same thing, and that which makes sense because he studied with Kenny Barron.
Ah,
So, but yeah, so like
full
sort of
circle.
yeah. And so both of them were like just play. And
Yeah.
then if it's something that you can't do, be like, wait. And I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, but that is when you're at a certain level. That doesn't
Yeah.
work for like fresh students. Like
Right.
if you do not know how to play your major scales, like that and like understand chromatics and whole tones, like all that stuff and how it all works together, I think it makes it a lot tougher. Although I have a
Yeah.
friend who knows absolutely nothing, doesn't know how to write anything, and he composes like or read any music or anything. He doesn't know anything, but he composes these incredible songs and keeps them all in his head and can play them all, and it's like Chopin, like Debussy type stuff,
Wow.
and he has no idea. And I'm how, how is that possible?
Past life.
Yeah,
Something.
look, that
Yeah.
works. That's what I tell people. I'm like, look, if you can sing and you sound really good, then cool.
Yeah. I've had students like that. They don't practice at all and they come back and they're singing fine. For me, I'm on this constant. It's a long story, but I'll try and make it short. So I think when I was younger, I was singing great. My my technique was great, and my sound was good. My intonation was good, and then I got this chronic cough that I've had for 25 years, and over that 25 years, I think the cough affected my body in various ways, and so in the last bunch of years, maybe 10 years, I've always taken lessons, but in the last 10 years, I've been very concentrated on getting my voice to produce in a way that I'm happy with. That's basically it. Um,
That's tough. That's a really tough journey
it's
to
tough. Yeah, it
have.
is tough. I feel better these days, and it's also a head trip. You have to not care. That's kind of, when you're singing, right? And that's a head trip. It's just all it is. Singing it's a hard instrument. There's a lot to it.
Yeah,
So,
it really is.
yeah,
Yeah, I
but
think people don't realize either. And
I
then
don't
also,
think so.
like, I wonder if instrumentalists get this way too. Like, but I feel like everybody must like get sick of listening to the same thing, even if it's your own thing. Like sometimes, like when you're doing post editing and you're doing that kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a whole
I
other
think
thing.
that's
Like,
just a
you get
natural
used to
thing.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You're like,
But the
okay,
chromatic scale thing, I teach all my students chromatics. And especially, when in my scat classes, it's like the first thing, let's sing a chromatic scale. Can you? You can't. Okay, that's what you have to practice, because I mean, without a chromatic scale and kind of familiarity and an ability to sing it, what do you have?
yeah. Well,
You
I
know?
feel like also, um, have to make it fun though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like just telling a student, especially if they're young, like, oh, just
Yeah.
sing this chromatic scale. So I like to, be like, okay, let's study Midnight Sun
Yeah.
because there's chromatics in that song. So let's like hear this interval. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then it's not just like, like over and over again, like, no, or like, or whatever it is. But I when I do my warm-ups and stuff, I keep it like interesting. I don't try to do them the exact same every time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
And do you that song that we heard first? That one of your songs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you compose a bunch.
Yes.
Do you compose things to sing as well?
Oh, yes. That's just once.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do a lot of instrumental, but I also do a lot of vocal tunes.
Uh,
Um, yeah, like my whole last album is all original music.
okay.
It's called Corner of My.
Wait, why don't we listen to one?
Okay.
Or is there a video of one?
Yeah, let's see. Well, the whole album is online. I have a music video from or would you rather see a live?
Oh, well, live is. I always like live.
Well,
Just
live is better in live, but here, yeah, go to my YouTube, and then there's a nothing at all video with like the full ensemble. And it's also nice and short because I probably have to leave sort of soon, unfortunately, because I have to catch the train to my class. But yeah, if you just go to like my YouTube page, and then nothing at all is just go over to click right on the view on the videos.
the videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
There. Yeah, this is live from the album
If your
release.
booty looks like this,
Okay.
After this lovely ad.
I'm not paying for no ads.
Oh yeah, I forgot the intro is on here too. Nice. I did all the orchestration.
I was going to ask.
Album dedicated to my late mother. Cathy.
It's every day I feel like calling to talk about nothing at all. And though I know you're here beside me, I miss the way you'd always call. And now I'm here, wishing I could to share stories and listen. And now I know the feeling you told me about missing and holding you near. I know it's wrong to say I love you, 'cause you're still
I can't hear you speaking.
each night and every day. Oh, but no matter how hard I pray, alone I lay, oh, I will always replay waiting you to call, just to talk about nothing at all. To give the light, to say goodnight, to know it's every day I feel like calling to talk about nothing at all. And though I know you're you beside me, I miss the way you'd always call.
That was really nice. Well, that's another thing that you and I have in common. My sisters, my twin sisters, both died. And that was, you know, personally hard and musically hard. I mean, one died and the other one couldn't sit down at the piano anymore. And so that took a while. Anyway, I wrote,
Triplets, or they were twins?
they were twins, yeah. And
Oh my
but
gosh.
I'll send you my song too. I wrote a song called "The Three of Us," which I almost cannot sing in public because it's just, you know, it's one of those songs that really connects to the feeling. So
Oh, it's really hard every single time. Even just listening to it just now is hard.
yeah, it's amazing, huh?
Yeah, the whole album is for her though. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish we checked out the recorded version, but you know, you can listen to that anytime. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. It happens. It's life. And
I
but
think it's
yeah, you said something like, I know you're always here. Yeah. Same with my sisters. I know they're always here, but I miss touching them, you know, getting hugged or hugging them and singing together and, you know, all that stuff. I miss that. But I feel like they're here too. So that's
yeah,
okay.
it's like getting to know them in another way.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mom still visits me in my dreams like all the time,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So, but yeah, it's really tough. I think, yeah. And then I wrote another song, actually, what you said just now. The lyric in this other song I wrote also about her, because I have like tons of songs about her, which is crazy. Like even more after the record came out. So, and this one's called Again Again, and in the bridge I say the songs we used to sing. And so you said about singing songs. I was like, oh yeah, like that's one of the lyrics too. Please send me that. I'd love
I will.
to hear it.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
it's
will.
cool.
I even have, I don't know, if you don't mind, I'll send you a little video that I found of my sisters and I singing.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah, it's really great. You know, they were older when they died. I mean, not that much. They were, you know, they were like 5 years older than me. So one died when she was 48, and one died when she was 60. So yeah, but so we did have a lot of years together and singing and stuff. You know, that we had a great time. But yeah, it's all what makes you. You know, makes you who you are.
Yeah, and you know, we're all gonna, we'll be together again, and slash, it's all just like a continuum of, just different iterations, but our spirit is eternal. So, I mean, at least look, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to think, but
Why
that's
not, man? Why not? I mean, I'll tell people that. Yeah, Spirit is eternal, and you can believe what you want, but I'm going to say my truth because, and that's what it is, you know. So yeah, I believe that. Let's see. So I
I
want
probably
to,
have time for like one more thing because I have to get to my sound check with my students.
yeah. What are you doing today?
My students at Jazz House Kids at Trinity Church are doing like a little performance in Whimsy Commons where we have our classes. We're just playing some of the songs that we've been working on for some of the parents and the other students.
Oh, cool. How many students?
My class has 6 students, but each class is varying. It's an ensemble. And then usually on a regular day, we would have a master class for, I do piano master class first, and then I teach my class. But today, since we have a little concert, we're all just meeting in the hall.
Cool. Are they high school age or?
Yes, high school. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
really phenomenal program. Originally started in Montclair by Melissa Walker, but now it's in Trinity Church as well.
Good.
Yeah,
You know,
so
I'm booking again this club that I booked before the pandemic, and yeah, if you ever come out, you should let me know, and we can try, you know, putting you in there. But we're getting involved with various nonprofit kid things, which is wonderful. One is called Teen Ticks, where they for $5 if they're a teenager and we have a space, they can come.
amazing.
And there's no alcohol, so any age can come in.
That's
So
fantastic.
yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
So yeah, and there's
what's it
another
called?
that's called Teen Tick. Oh, my club,
Yes.
Birds of a Feather Jazz Lounge.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it's downtown in a
Oh,
vegan
we've talked about
restaurant.
it before. Oh, I love vegan food too.
Oh God, this food is incredible. The chef is like award winning. It's really good.
Wow, I
Yeah,
can't wait to come when I come back over there.
yeah, yeah. Well, okay, I don't want to hang you up, and thanks for coming on. Yeah, maybe we can do it again and have another kind of extenuating conversation, you know?
Sure, I would love that. I unfortunately, yeah, I didn't realize that we were going to have this concert today.
Yeah. All right, well, have a good concert.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. It was so nice to meet you and learn about you a little bit. And yeah, thanks for checking out my music as well. I'm looking forward to hearing the song.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye.
having me. Take care.
Okay, you can get off, and I'm going to talk to the audience a little.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Uh, okay, so that was quick, sweet, and quick. First of all, for those of you in Los Angeles, this week at Birds of a Feather is going to be kind of astounding, starting with Thursday night. I cannot invite you enough to come to this. The music is going to be surprising and wonderful. It's a harpist, Matoshi Kozako, and an amazing bass player who I've interviewed before, and I interviewed Matoshi too. But Michael Manring, his teacher was Jaco Pastorius, and he went on to develop his own thing. But he definitely got some Jaco information, you know. And then the percussionist is Christopher Garcia. Also, I interviewed him. He is a multi-percussion player and in multi-ethnic groups. He's kind of like a guru guy. Seriously, when I talk to him, I feel like he's a guru. Anyway, this group is so beautiful. It's stunning. You won't hear a group like this. It's really great. So that is Thursday night. All of these concerts are 7 to 8:30. And then Friday night, some of the highest quality music that you'll hear. Josh Nelson on piano. He's like LA's sweetheart pianist. Dan Lutz on bass. Just a beautiful player. And Chris Wabich, who's almost becoming the house drummer there. He's quirky, but he's totally solid. He played with Mark Murphy a lot, and also quirky enough to play with Brad Dutz, who's another quirky percussionist. So that's, excuse me, that is Friday night. Saturday night, a pianist who I think reminds me of Bill Evans, Todd Hunter, who's also very into Brazilian as well. So, Todd Hunter, Saturday night. And then Sunday brunch is an extremely talented, beautiful woman, Carol Baki Rita, that we're going to be doing. That's kind of the brunch time. The show is 12:30 to 2. She's a singer, a dancer, a percussionist. She has a great band, some of your favorite jazz players in LA. And that's going to be really wonderful. As far as me performing, I have a steady gig on Saturdays, every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Santa Monica at a place called Brightside. And you can find a lot of this information on my website, cathysegal-garcia.com. And Monday, I'm really looking forward to my next Noontime hang. It's a drummer named Herman Matthews. He played with Tower of Power, and he has a band called, what is it called? The Fat Band and Me? Now I can't remember what the name was. We had them at the club. The funkiest, the most musical, great singers, great horn players, great band. And Herman is unbelievable. He's so funky, but he doesn't have to be loud. He is really, truly an artist. He's great. No, I'm not live streaming anything from OLAC during International Jazz Week. I should do that, Joyce. That's a good idea. Is that this week? I don't even know. International Jazz Day and Week. I'm going to try and look that up because that would be a good idea, Joyce. But I mean, my live streaming would be very low quality because I'm not set up for it. You know what I mean? So, but it's April 30th. And April 30th, actually, we don't have somebody at the club. We have the 29th, May 1st, May 2nd, May 3rd. Yeah, I wonder if I could do something. I'm gonna look at that. That's a very good suggestion. Thank you. But it would not be high quality. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry that maybe you can see comments on my Facebook, but I cannot. So I have to look at, I do see them, but I do not see them on Facebook, which is kind of weird. Anyway, bye, you guys. Have a great time. Thanks again to Kelly Green for being on, and we'll see you next time.